Hi, this is a video response to leephysics about his 10 questions on philosophy. Now I can only count 9 questions, so I'll just answer 9. Question number 1. What caused the first cause? Did you mean to state a paradox or some kind of infinite loop or something, leephysics? Or rather, were you just attempting to ask the age-old question of how it all began? With our faulty English language, it's completely time-ridden with the past tense and words that just don't work when you're talking about something that happened before time itself. So, anyway, firstly, I don't think that things just began with a quick bang or anything of the sort exactly. I feel more so that time and space kind of faded gradually into existence, if that's of any interest to you. I like to call it the great mystery when referring to our origins. What happened before the Big Bang. And that also includes anything else that we just don't understand yet. The great mystery. So I have other videos where I talk about that a little bit. Hopefully the great mystery will keep shrinking down to a whole lot of nothing. As opposed to in the religious world where people want God to be this all-omnipotent being, we want the great mystery to shrink. But the mystery itself is what gives us drive, because we're curious beings and we need that drive. Hopefully by the time the great mystery gets real small, we'll be so wise that somehow it won't matter. But that's far off from now. Question number 2. Why do I want to know this? Which is referring to question number 1. Why do we want to know what happened before anything began? What caused the first cause? Why do we want to know this? Well, because any curious being, if left to ponder long and hard enough, will want to know everything. And that's just one question out of all questions. So that's why. Question number 3. How does one improve himself in a deterministic world? Well, that's easy. The same way you improve yourself now. However you improve yourself now is going to be exactly the same as how you would improve yourself in a deterministic world. Because we already are in a deterministic world. How else could it possibly be? Question number 5. Oh, sorry, question number 4. Why will there always be more to learn? Well, that's assuming that there will always be more to learn. We don't know that yet. I certainly don't know the answer to that. Question number 5. Is there something better than truth? Well, that depends on your definition of better. I imagine that if it were a multiple choice question between truth and love, I would have to choose love. Because love is a major part of the mechanism that allows us to improve and evolve towards niceness and happiness, and that in turn gives us motivation to try harder at whatever it is we're doing, which in turn allows for more prosperity and more knowledge and on down the line, where eventually we would land at truth anyway, but in a more pleasant manner than if truth were forced upon us without any love. Question number 6. Why are we evolving in the direction of what I like to call good? Maybe I just answered that actually. But if I need to clarify, it could be that the more we learn over time, doing good brings more opportunity, and those creatures who happen to get a surge of good chemistry just after performing a good deed survived, whereas those who felt awful after being good, or rather felt good after performing a bad deed, perished. And this happened gradually over our entire evolutionary periods, kind of like survival of the fittest, but survival of the do-gooderist. Don't feel uncomfortable that I'm implying that doing good was really just a survival mechanism, which I kind of am implying. But rather feel comfortable that it's not the other way around. Question number 7. Why not a different way? Why aren't we evolving towards bad? Well, because apparently doing bad to others doesn't reap the same rewards as the rewards of goodness. Just think about it for a while. Question number 8. What implications of determinism are there on society? Well, a whole lot of nothing. Unless we think about it in a nonsensical way, which we can humor ourselves, I suppose. Thinking that we need to use determinism as a cause in itself, which can lead down the wrong path. A very illogical and bad one. Or I could simply say, the implications of determinism on society are interchangeable, precisely exactly the same as the implications of the universal laws of physics on society. And last but not least, question number 9. Or maybe this is question number 10. Is it meaningless to ask a non-practical question? Yes. Or I could say no. No, it has meaning. It's just impractical.